So this morning I'm in Point Addis, one of my favourite beaches that I come to way too often. Trying to shoot some seascapes, see what looks cool. Yeah, take a photo or two. So I've been wandering for the past half an hour or so, just up and down the shoreline, trying to find some cool foreground interest to use, and then lead my shot up into this background here, which you can see over my shoulder. So what's cool to do with seascape photography is, for me at least, find something cool in the foreground that can be sort of your anchor point to the shot, draw your eye in, lead you up to the background. That can be something like a rock, a piece of driftwood, some cool textures in the sand, or in my case, this dodgy little stick that I found. Should look cool. Gonna set my shot up now. And yeah, crank out a shot or two and keep moving, wandering down, seeing what looks nice. If you've noticed how crisp this audio is, I bought a lavalier microphone. Mainly because I like how professional it makes me look. And nothing to do with the audio quality whatsoever. Because it's impossible to take someone not seriously if they're wearing a lavalier microphone. So composition wise, I've just got this log of the stick right in my bottom lower third. And then those mountains in the background we saw before, going up towards right in the middle. And there's some really cool textures in the clouds happening which are covering the top half of the shot. So I'm just using my Sigma 10-20 wide angle. Great for shots like this where you want your foreground leading up into a nice big grand background. So settings wise, I'm at 1.3 seconds, f14, and then just ISO 100 of course. Then NISI polarizer on the front. It's going to take any sort of gross reflections off the water with the sun hitting it. And then being 1.3 second shutter, it's giving me a nice bit of motion blur as the waves come through, but nothing too extreme, because I don't want to go too long and blur everything out. I want to keep a bit of detail in, which will help me capture the movement as it comes out and interacts with my foreground subject here. So it's just all about waiting, trying to get the timing right when a wave comes up, being patient with it. Come on. Come on. I know I just said be patient, but this is ridiculous. Come on, come on. So as the sun's coming out and it's getting brighter and brighter in the scene, I'm just slowly or slightly adjusting my shutter. So I've changed from 1.3 to now 1 second. And as you can see, that colour in the sky popping through. The thing is, if I get up and walk away now, a wave will come through straight away. So close. So as you can see, the colour is really happening now, so I'm trying to move quick. What I'm doing here is I've moved slightly closer down to the water, and there's some really cool reflections happening. I'll show you guys here on this camera. Some really cool reflections and colours happening in the water. So what I'm going to try to do is just play with these waves as they come in. Try to get some cool textures happening, like with this one here. There's this little pebble just to my right here, so I'm just going to quickly move over. See if I can line up a shot with this. This little rock's giving me a little bit of an anchor point for foreground interest. And then if I can time the shutter right, it might look quite cool. So as you can see, that rock is right on my bottom lower third. Cliffs on the top left going up. There's a dog running over to me right now. Hello. 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 You're alright. Hello. 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 No, you're fine, don't worry. Totally fine. So as you can see behind me, that sky is really going off. Pretty stoked with those wide angle shots I got. What I'm going to now is switch to a longer lens, see if I can get something a bit more zoomed in, and use that reflection of the sun as a bit of a leading line. And I wonder why my sensor's so dirty. All I'm going to do here is get something quite tight actually. That reflection of the sun, a nice orange glow. It's a bit of a leading line going in. Still get a bit of texture in those waves. And capture enough of that really nice sky. So I've come back to that same sticky loggy thingy we were shooting this morning. I'm just going to play around with shooting that with a longer lens, so giving me a bit more compression between the foreground and the background. Close together, which will sort of show the scale, maintain the size of the cliffs, but also get my foreground. And still 6-stop ND, and then half a second f14 still, and then in terms of my composition, which I'll show you here on the Nikon, I've just got that stick in the bottom lower third. It might be a little bit dark for you to be able to see it. And then the sky and that leading line created by the glare up in the top right. So it's sort of giving you not an S-curve, but sort of a way to sort of anchor you in with that bottom left, leading you up diagonally towards that top right. So the last of the cool light is finished for the morning. Yeah, really stoked with how that came out. Yeah, got attacked by 2 dogs, so that was awesome too. That was awesome too. Yeah, thanks again for coming and watching and sticking around. Really means a lot, as always. Guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't know where that will be or what it will be, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. See ya. So just a quick post-credit scene to the video. I was putting my stuff in the boot of the car. Shut the boot, looked at my keys and thought, they feel a bit light. So my car key has fallen off in the boot as I'm putting it in there. Meaning, I'm locked out of my car.